Upper Michigan is a snow lover's playground, but for an Iron County man, it's become an Olympic training ground.
6 men raced down an incredibly difficult...
Remember this guy from the 2018 Olympics?
Baumgartner somehow emerges from the fray as you saw multiple riders go down. Think of it like NASCAR on snow.
His name is Nick Baumgartner, and that was his 3rd Olympic Games. He's an Iron River native who competes in the extreme sport of snowboard cross on the U.S. team.
The average age, I'd say, is about mid-20s. Mid-20s, we've got a bunch of kids that are right around 20. 30 is a pretty popular age. We only got one in the late 30s, but...
Nick is 38 years old, and even though age is just a number, some of the competitors Baumgartner races against are younger than the number of years he's been on the U.S. snowboard team.
But who's counting? Snowboarding is a young man's sport, I should say. Border cross, the experience is such a big thing that in a sport that's unpredictable, if you can predict a little bit of it, it really gives you a benefit. And that's what's allowed me to stay competitive at 38 in a younger man's sport.
And when he's not traveling the world on the competitive circuit, he's back in Iron River, where there's only a few solid months per year of snow. But it's enough for Nick to build this, his custom training track, right on his own property.
I came home to about 1.5 to 2 feet. The plow had plowed me completely, and I had put signs up so no one would plow because I didn't want someone to do something nice for me because I had a plan for the snow.
It might look like all fun and games, but this track took 25 hours of work plus constant maintenance.
Just the pride alone you get from doing this, and then you go out and, of course, I want to beat someone from a flat area like the Upper Peninsula.
And after traveling to Canada in January,
I came back, and it was about another 10 to 15 hours uncovering it and getting it ready to train on again. So people think I'm crazy, but it's what it takes. I mean, I don't have the same luxuries as someone that lives in the big mountains in Switzerland and Colorado. So I have to do what I can with what I have.
A true Upper Michigan mentality, which Nick says gives him the upper hand.
It makes me tougher. It makes me, I don't know, there's a lot more honor in earning it than getting it handed to you. And I think that's what's given me the longevity, is because, I mean, I'm always just putting in the extra work.
Most of his competitors started before they started kindergarten, but things were different for him. At West Iron County High School, he was known as the wrestling state champ in 2000, a state champion hurdler, and an all-state football player.
I was a competitor in every sport in high school, and then I had a big love for football. I thought I was going to go to the NFL.
Nick started college at Northern Michigan University, but took a semester to evaluate future career options.
And that's when I found snowboard cross, and it was the perfect mix of my 2 favorite sports, football and snowboarding. And they put it together, and then it was a no-brainer. The first time I did it, I said, I will do that as a career. And 2 years later, I was in the X Games.
And he won gold and silver medals in the 2011 and 2012 Winter X Games. But his success is no accident. Baumgartner says it comes from a constant dedication to training.
I usually get up in the morning, I do a quick cardio workout, I spend about an hour inside the house, and then I go outside and I run 10 laps around my track. And then I eat lunch, get ready, go to ski brule, run about 30 to 40 laps on the chairlift. And then on certain days where there's workouts that the team has for us, and then I'll go to the high school, use their weight room, and get my workouts in.
Now, if all goes well and Nick makes the Olympic team again, he will be 40 years old when he's competing. Tomorrow night, tune into your TV6 Late News for part 2 of this series. I'll be getting a lesson from Nick at a UP ski hill, learning the basics of snowboarding, nothing like you just saw there. Plus, hear from him again about his Olympic experiences.
Sure, it's a lot harder than it looks, too.
You know, Greg, I thought it was hard before I tried to get on a snowboard. It is way harder than it looks, and I'll have some tips for you tomorrow night.
All right. Well, I hope he makes it back to the Olympics. He's an easy guy to root for. So.
I have a feeling he will. The whole UP's behind him, too, so.
All right. Well, when we